Hello everyone, my name is Makeda Voletta. In case you don't know me, I am an NSCA certified strength and conditioning specialist, a USA Olympic weightlifting coach, and sports nutritionist with a degree in exercise physiology and sports science. And so basically I'm a trainer and my specialty is training the body to get to its highest level. Okay, so I'm not into bodybuilding. I'm into strength and conditioning, which is more geared towards training athletes for performance, increasing vertical jumps, increasing 40-yard dash, stuff like that. Okay, but I'm a body science nerd, as anybody who follows my work knows, and I suggest that you do follow my YouTube page, The Body Scientist 81. But today I'm going to talk about something that comes up a lot in discussions, especially amongst women, and that's how to get a bigger booty. Okay, you have all these fitness crazes, a Brazilian booty workout, and da da da, and a lot of women come to me and they say, "Oh, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to lose my butt." So I'm going to talk about that today. Okay, so I'm going to start with speaking about the muscles in the glutes. Okay, so the glutes, which is also known as the booty, um, is made up of three main muscle groups: the gluteus maximus, which inserts at the top of the hip right here, and into the the humerus. Okay, the gluteus maximus right here, from here to here. Okay, and the gluteus maximus is responsible for any movement where you bring your leg back. Okay, so if I stand here and I bring my leg back, the gluteus maximus is contracting to bring my leg up. Now, for the gluteus medius and minimus, which are located on the side of the hip, okay, the medius and the minimus, okay, that muscle is responsible for bringing your leg to the side. When you bring your leg up to the side, you get the medius and the minimus, okay? So there's three main muscle groups. And you want to make sure you work all three. One great way of working your glutes is rollerblading, okay? Rollerblading in the park is a great way to work your glutes. It's a great way to work your thighs. Another way is going uphill. If you have access to steep hills, if you live someplace with really steep hills, hiking up really steep hills or sprinting up them. But you never want to sprint on concrete, okay? And I'm not saying jog up them, I'm saying sprint. Sprint is when you run as fast as you can, okay? Not jogging, where you're running all slow. But sprinting, everything is tight, going as fast as you can, up a hill. But again, not on concrete, so if that's the only option, I don't necessarily suggest it. But you can also hike up very steep hills and do walking lunges up hills, okay? But what is most essential, excuse me for that, let me turn this phone off. What is most essential for your glutes is actually doing squats. And squats is such an important exercise. And it's actually one that many people overlook, including men. Men especially, because men like to avoid working their legs. And it is very important that you men also work your legs, because your legs carry around your entire life, the largest muscles in your body and your lower extremities. So when you work your legs, it increases your testosterone more than working your upper body. And as men, you want to keep your testosterone levels up. But for men and women, working the legs increases your testosterone a lot, which then fuels the sex drive, okay? And so a lot of women especially report getting very aroused in the gym after workouts or during workouts. And there's been a lot of studies actually coming out lately about that, and I find it very interesting. I assume it can happen to men too, but it's definitely reported a lot more amongst women. Anyhow, squats. You want to do squats in the gym with weight. Unfortunately, I'm not in the gym right now. At some point, hopefully, I'll be able to do some videos for you all in the gym. It's just a matter of getting to a gym that doesn't mind me filming and stuff like that. But for now, I'm going to show you the best I can at home how to do squats. Now, you want to make sure that you go to a gym and you do it with weight. You need to put weight on your muscles. That stress on your muscles that rips up your muscles is what causes your muscles to build back stronger and thicker. You want your muscles to be stronger, thicker, tighter, have shape. You have to put stress on them so that they become ripped up. Now, what do I mean by stress? By stress, I mean a load that is no greater, like a load that you cannot lift more than 15 times. Okay, so when you're doing squats, if you're doing squats with 50 pounds, and you can do 20, 25 reps, it's not heavy enough. You need to choose a weight that is heavy enough that you cannot exceed 15 reps. You can go past 15 reps. It's not heavy enough to actually induce the muscle tearing, the bone density that you get from strength training, the bone density increase, or the shaping of the muscles, okay? So, if you want bigger glutes, shape your glutes, okay? Because glutes are a muscle, so you can make them a little bit bigger. You are limited to how big they are to begin with, how big the muscle is to begin with. Like if I said, oh, I want bigger arms, you know, I naturally have thin arms. I can work out really hard and get my arms a little bit bigger, but they'll never be like super huge, like a woman who may just have bigger arms, okay? Her muscle is just bigger than mine. So just take into account that nature limits you to what nature gave you, how big the muscle is to begin with. But the muscle can be made bigger because it is a muscle. I know for myself, if I go months without working out, that's what happens. I lose weight in my glutes and my thighs. And when I do work out a lot, when I'm in good shape, I gain weight in my glutes and my thighs. And that's because my build is naturally skinny. So for people who are naturally thin, you know, who want to gain weight, a lot of times what they do is they try to eat a lot, but that never works. It never works. And if it does, they just gain a little bit of fat, but it usually doesn't work. People who are naturally thin can eat all day and they just won't gain weight. The only way you can gain weight if you're naturally thin and you want more of a shape and you want more of a body, you have to eat a lot, yes. And of course, healthy foods, but also high in protein and fats, but, you know, good, wholesome foods. But also, you need to strength train and cause that muscle tear to happen, because when that muscle rips up and tears, again, it builds back stronger and thicker. So when you go to the gym and do squats, okay, this is for men and women, and oftentimes I see men do this incorrect. 98% of the time I see men do squats in the gym, it's wrong. And 99% of the time a woman tells me that a man, her boyfriend, or somebody showed her how to do squats, it's usually wrong. Okay, so watch this very carefully. Okay, so when you do squats, you want to make sure with every exercise you do that your chest is out, your shoulders are rotated back, okay? Your abs are engaged, as if somebody's punching you in the stomach. Your hips are neutral. Okay, so if your hips were in a bowl of water filled to the top, if you stand like this, all the water would fall out this way. And if you stand like this, all the water would fall that way. You don't want that to happen. You want your hips to be neutral, okay? Neutral. Engaged abs, neutral hips, slightly bent knees. You can't really see my knees right now, but you want to have your knees slightly bent. Never, ever, ever, ever want to lock your knees, okay? Because if you stand there with your knees locked, and your legs straight, your knees locked, and somebody pushes you, you will lose your balance, okay? You're not grounded. So you always want to have a slightly bent knee, okay? So this is where you start. Starting position. You stand this way. Chest out, shoulders rotated back, neutral hips, slightly bent knees, okay? So from this position, what you're going to do, you want to have a wide enough stance so that you feel comfortable. And people with longer legs usually need a wider stance, okay? So from right here, you're going to sit into your heels. You want to stick your butt back. So you're sticking your butt back and down at the same rate. Bending your knees at the same rate. And you're pushing your heels into the floor. So your heels should not come off the floor. Make sure that your heels do not come off the floor. So as you're in this position, okay, starting position, you're going to stick your butt back and down. So you're reaching back and down as if you're reaching for a chair. Okay, and you want to go down till your legs are parallel to the ground. Okay, and then you want to come straight up, back to starting position. So you want to bring your hips back to neutral. Your knees are still bent, chest out, abs engaged, shoulders rotated back. Okay, so you want to stop where you started. You don't want to go down and then come up like this, which a lot of people do. People do this. That's incorrect, okay? You want to go down and come back to alignment, okay? Now, I'm going to try this so you can see my body more, okay? So my knees are slightly bent, abs engaged, neutral hips, okay? And you can't see my feet really, but you want to stick your butt back and down like that till your legs are parallel to the ground. You notice my knees are not going over my toes. My knees are back. Okay? 90 degrees at your knees. And up. Okay? Again. Down. And up. Now, if you have barbells on your shoulders, if you're in the gym and you have weight on your shoulders, if you're holding these barbells, you're going to keep your chest up as you stick your butt back as you're reaching. Okay? And back up. Slight bend in your knees. Now, everyone who knows me knows that I'm a stickler for technique. Okay, this is one reason why I'm not big on the workout videos. Not that workout videos cannot be beneficial, but nobody's watching you to make sure you're doing it right. And I know as a trainer, most people do stuff wrong. Most people are doing stuff wrong. And when you do it wrong, you either don't get the results or you hurt yourself, or both. Okay? So I'm a stickler for technique. So really try to look at the technique that I showed you. Really make sure you're doing it. You don't want your heels coming off the floor. And make sure you stick your butt back and down at the same rate. In other words, you don't want to do it this way. Okay? In other words, you don't want to, hold on, let me put this here. You don't want to go back and then down. No, incorrect. And you don't want to go down and then back. That's incorrect. You could hurt your knees. So when you do squats, you need to make sure your butt is going back and down at the same rate. So you're reaching back, like you're reaching back for a chair. When people who have problems learning how to do squats correctly, I usually always, most trainers will put a bench behind them and have them squat and reach for a bench, reach for a chair with their butt. So they can get used to sticking their butt back as they go down. When you do squats, you want to put your brain in your hips, in your butt, and the movement starts there. And you want to start sitting back and down. Okay, you don't want to go straight down, and you don't want to go straight back. You want to do them both while pushing in through your heels and keeping your chest up. Okay, now squats are essential. Also lunges, which I'm not going to demonstrate here. Deadlifts, okay, which I'm also not going to demonstrate here. And I'm giving you the names. I'm giving you some clues. Now it's up to you to go research these exercises and find out how to do them correctly. I'm just letting you know. If you want your booty to get bigger and you want a nicer shape, these are essential. Squats, lunges, and deadlifts, okay? And then once you're strong enough to squat once you're strong enough to squat 1.5 times your body weight, then you're strong enough to do plyometrics. Plyometrics is something that all power athletes do. When you see somebody jumping on off the bench, on off the bench, on off the bench, or jumping side to side in the air, explosive jumping. Before you do that, you want to be able to squat 1 to 1.5 times your body weight, because if you are not strong enough to do that and you begin plyometrics first, you could end up injuring yourself. You could end up injuring your hips, your bones, getting problems, because the plyometrics put stress in your body. When you land, that gravity that comes down on you puts stress in your body. So you want your muscles, which are shock absorbers, to be strong enough to handle all that stress. Okay, so this is important. So there's progressions to exercise. And this is what I do as a strength and conditioning coach. Okay, and this is what any good trainer should be doing, is progressions. You start someplace so that you don't get injured. As you're strong enough to do something, you increase the ante. So plyos, also sprints, not jogging. Jogging will make you lose your booty, okay, and get skinny fat. Sprinting, which is 100 meters, 200 meters, sprinting, running as fast as you can, as if a dog is chasing you, okay? That activates your abs, your thighs, and your glutes, okay? And especially anything that goes uphill. If you live in a city like Pittsburgh or San Francisco where the hills are killer, take advantage of that. Just walking up a real steep hill a couple times will really get your glutes and your hamstrings, okay? And then again, making sure you eat enough fat and protein. I find it very interesting because, I'm also a nutritionist and I'm a sports nutritionist. So for me, nutrition is geared towards performance again, making sure that you're eating so your body can perform at its highest level. So I am a nutrition nerd, okay? And for many people who know my work, no, I don't, I'm not really into the veganism thing for many reasons, which I won't get into in this video. If you want to know more about my opinion on that, please check out my other video called Examining Vegan Propaganda. However, I will say this. If you think about the countries in the world where women are known for having the juiciest booties and nice, shaped glutes, let's think about a few of those countries, okay? I'll list a few. We'll say Dominican Republic. We'll say Brazil. We can say Haiti. We can say Africa. We can say Colombia, Cuba, the American South, okay? Or just the U.S., period. And you look at those women, what do they eat in those countries? In all those countries, they're eating animal foods for sure. They're eating steak for sure. Usually they're eating pork too. But they're definitely eating a good amount of animal fats and protein. So that right there shows you that at least for me, being a trainer and seeing people, seeing women who have lost their butt. I've seen women who had glutes in the past, and they come to me like, "Oh, I lost my butt." They always were on a vegan diet. Okay, so I'm just gonna warn you. Just do what you want. I'm just warning you. You want to keep your booty, or you want it to grow bigger. I don't suggest a vegan diet. It's not a booty diet. Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop here with this for now. I think I've told you what I need to tell you. If you want more, I'm always available to train. I train men and women. And at the end of the day, you get the best results when you're working with a trainer who is monitoring you, keeping track of your progress, and making sure you're doing it right and stuff like that. But for now, do your best. You might want to try getting the book Strength Training Anatomy. Strength Training Anatomy. I forget the author, but if you Amazon it, you'll find it. That's a good book to look at. But remember, you want squats, lunges, and deadlifts essential. Once you're strong, a certain level of strength, you can start adding in the sprints and the plyos. Okay. Rollerblading is an excellent way to get your legs and activate, your glutes. And then making sure you eat enough food, especially fat and proteins, to nourish that. Okay, because the glute is a huge muscle. The muscles need lots of protein in order to build back up, and we need fat to digest protein. Protein and fat work together. That's why they're usually together in foods. We put fat in our skin. Our skin is mostly protein. We put fat in our skin to just olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, or to make our skin moisturize and shine. Okay, so remember, fat and oils work together. The Brazilian booty butt lift workout, I have not looked at the whole thing, but from what I've seen from the infomercials, I don't believe that's going to actually do anything for you because they don't use any heavy weights and, whatever. But just remember these tips that I gave you. And if it works for you, please leave your comments below because I would love to hear, and I believe sharing is caring. Okay? So you can find me on Facebook at Makeda Voletta - The Body Scientist. And please follow my YouTube channel, The Body Scientist 81. And I'm sorry I'm not in any fancy gym right now to really show you. In the future, I'll be able to do some gym demos and really get more into it, okay? So for now, peace and love, be great, stay strong, work out, get it right, get it tight, okay? Love everyone.